Hello and welcome everybody. We're live. We are having the ONINO 2025 December Christmas themed community update. We will be live in a couple of minutes. Let's give it 1 or 2 minutes for everyone to join, lean back, have a listen to the music, and we're going to be live right away.
Hello everyone, also a warm welcome from my side. Hope you guys have all started well into December and started well into the Christmas season. And looking forward to this community update where we give you some nice updates as every month.
Also a warm welcome from my side. Lovely belated first of the Advent season to anyone that's celebrating and following the Advent calendar, and looking forward to this community update.
We're just going to wait a little more. We hope that where you listen, you have slided into the Advent season if you celebrate Christmas in the Advent season. If not, then whatever weather it might be in the part of the world where you are. Here, we could hope for snow, but there is none. So there's not really going to be White Christmas, or maybe later on. Who knows? But yeah, hope you enjoy the weather and everything else. And I would say, let's start. Let's hope everything that has joined or that wanted to join has joined. Let's tune down the music a little bit and let's go right into it. All right, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about the events from the last months. We're going to give an update regarding customers. Then we're going to talk about the move to Discord. We're going to talk about the Advent calendar. So we have a little Christmas Advent theme at ONINO as well. We're going to give an update regarding the product, then a dev cohort recap. We will be launching the video soon, as a quick spoiler. Then talking about the chain and tokenization at the end. And I would say let's jump right into it. Let's take it away. We were at 2 big events last month. One was a Web Summit in Lisbon, and the other one was in Slush in Helsinki. Both were 1 week after the other, so it was a lot of traveling for us, but we think that both were really, really nice. In Lisbon, we had a booth, and we were able to showcase ONINO to a huge audience. It's always really nice to have a booth because really interested people come to you. You do not have to find them, kind of the needle in the haystack thing. And it was interesting to see because we as ONINO, as people, as a company, as the idea as well, have grown over the years. It was the 3rd time at the Web Summit in Lisbon, having a booth there. And we were again chosen by the German delegation. So we were chosen as one of the most innovative startups in Germany to go there, to have a booth for 1 day, which was really nice for us. And it's really nice also to be able to showcase what we do at ONINO there. As a Web Summit also is one of the biggest tech conferences in the world, if not the biggest. I think it attracts 70,000 visitors over the 3 days. So yeah, all in all, amazing time there, having the booth, amazing time in Lisbon as well, strategizing with Kai and Lucas. And we're definitely going to try to go there next year again. And then Kai and Lucas went to the Slush in Helsinki for the first time. And this is a conference that really is interesting for us because there's many, many investors, founders, and all in all, it's less about the people or the, I would say, general public. It's more about really founders, investors, and innovators, and was a really inspiring conference. And we had the opportunity to really connect with a huge amount of innovative people, companies, investors, all around the world. And so we're definitely going to be there again next year. And both those conferences really were important to put ONINO on others' radars, talk to people, get the experience from more experienced companies and founders, get connections with investors and companies. And this is really bringing ONINO forward in bringing tokenization into the real world. And we're advancing there in very big steps. And those conferences are really helpful to talk to many different people in a short amount of time. All right, then I wanted to give you an update regarding customers. As you know, the ONINO platform is live and being worked on. It's on app.onino.io. I'm quickly going to share and show the QR code here. So you will be seeing the QR code on the top left corner in front of our ONINO logo, which is sad. but it doesn't matter. So you can either scan it or go to app.onino.io to visit our platform. And yeah, it's live and being worked on. So we're of course always updating it. It's not a finished product, it's a product that we're working on. At the moment, we have 3 anonymized projects there. They're live to gauge the interest. So we really want to see what are you interested in. And every one of you listening, if you haven't done already, create an account there and say if you're interested to invest. If yes, how much? If no, why not? It's really helping us to get an idea of what are you specifically interested in. What kind of assets do you want to see? What would you invest in? And only do it with realistic sums as well. So only if you would really invest, then put a yes there. We just don't want to hear something that's not really interesting. It's really an idea to a goal to, address the public to get an understanding of what you would like to see, and you really can help us show and move the direction in which we're going to go. Then we announced one of the first projects, one of those 3, the aviation project, which is H-Aero, and we announced them early last week. So we wanted to try, we want to start in an anonymous version, and then we are going to slowly show you who these projects specifically are. H-Aero is the first one, and we're going to announce the others soon as well, and more to follow. And yeah, I think this was a big announcement for us before the end of the year to start early 2026 successfully. And those projects will be live and investable in early 2026. We can't give exact dates yet because it's dependent on so many different things, but we're working on it full force to bring those assets and those projects to you as soon as possible. And the more people you show this platform to, the more people you share it with, the better it is for us. So feel free to share it with anyone you know that could be interested in investing in tokenized assets, or letting anyone know that could be interested in having their project listed there, or even having a white label. And talking about white label, we are onboarding white labels as well for 2026. So the idea is not just to have the main ONINO platform, but to have many individual platforms with specific focuses. For example, an investor management platform, a real estate tokenization platform, bank project financing platforms, and music financing platforms. And those are not just ideas. Those are projects that are specific, that are going to come up for 2026. So you can be looking forward to those platforms, and ONINO will be powering those platforms. How this is going to go is that essentially we as ONINO are tech providers. They're going to run on our blockchain. They're going to be tokenized by us, but they are going to host their platforms on their website, for example, in their design with their investor basis, and they're going to be able to invest there. We do have a co-listing feature that we talked about before as well, where they will have the possibility to not only list assets on their specific audience and their specific platform, but to co-list it over other platforms as well. So we might, for example, have a project on the real estate tokenization platform that is co-listed on the ONINO platform. So in any case, it's really good for you to connect and to sign up at the ONINO platform at app.onino.io. And this is really where you will see most projects, but there will be individual projects on individual platforms as well, because it will help other companies essentially have their own platform and run their own business model with it. So we're not just enabling companies to earn or to get funds and financing through tokenization platform, but also to host their own platforms and generate revenue through it, have a whole new business model with it. So tokenization platforms and financing platforms really will fill a gap that so far hasn't been filled, and solve a problem that so far wasn't solvable, and even enable things that weren't possible before. And we see this with the customers that we have and that we're working with already. And we see this with the interest that we gain from, for example, the conferences that we were at and the talks we have daily, I think on a daily basis. In the week, we talk with 10 to 20 new customers that are interested in becoming a customer. So it's really a big thing. We see a lot of interest there, and really looking forward to 2026 to get even more speed and even more platforms out there. And with this, I'm going to give the mic to Lucas, who's going to talk about Discord.
Yes. There were a lot of discussions around this already in the past, and especially around if Telegram is the best spot for our community. And we are now at the point where we've made a decision that we want to transition our community over to Discord. There are a few reasons for this. Generally, Discord provides a much better setup to have multiple channels for specific topic-based discussions. There's much less fraud and scam activity on Discord, which makes everyone's life easier, to be honest, because we, on the one hand, want to protect everyone in our community, and we want to relieve everyone of the stress of finding scammers everywhere. And it is just a much better setup to grow the community going into 2026, because Discord is such a great platform for community management, and it will also attract more sophisticated new community members. Then a relevant question is, of course, what will happen to Telegram? Anyone can be free to stay in Telegram. The ONINO Telegram community and the ONINO Telegram announcement channel will still remain active, but our main points of interaction, where most of the mods and also we will be active going forward, will transition to be Discord. So we highly encourage everyone to join the Discord, and we will also be performing campaigns around joining Discord. Speaking of campaigns, I've got an exciting thing to announce, which is our advent calendar. It's themed all around the Christmas season, themed around December. We are going to launch the advent calendar campaign. This is a campaign consisting of 24 days of reposting, commenting, and just amplifying ONINO everywhere across X. And you will see the announcement post going out after this community update this evening. And you can basically just earn points on a daily basis and on a weekly basis. And depending on your total score across the full campaign until Christmas, you will earn a prize. The prize is determined by a raffle, but it really consists out of great prizes. So you can either win a merch, different types of giveaways, or even some really great surprises. The biggest thing in the pricing, as we see on the next slide, is the prime reward you can be eligible for. So the top contributors of the whole 24-day campaign, every single day you will find a new thing to do behind your advent calendar door, is a gold tier NFT. The gold tier NFT we can't reveal too much yet, but think about it as your premium ticket to the world of tokenization and tokenized assets in ONINO. It is not just a collectible, it is essentially your VIP pass into the future of ONINO, but more into the future of finance and potentially also your personal finance. More details on the gold tier NFTs will come soon and will come with the release of the raffle on Christmas Day. But one very important thing that I want to mention, because we've heard it a lot and we really want to reward our most loyal community members. You could say the OG ONINOs. Every OG member will get a chance on Christmas Day to earn our prime rewards too. That's all I can say for now. So you can look forward to Christmas Day, and you will find the relevant communication on said day to get your reward as an OG member. Enough about our Christmas campaign. Back to the basics, back to what we are building, and we're building the foundational layer for the next stage of worldwide finance. We've had some really great updates in our product. We are constantly working. Every week there's a new feature pushed out, but as Alex mentioned, the public projects are not live yet, so you might not be seeing too many of these feature updates. So I just want to cover three most important ones. On the one hand, we've integrated full support for asset managers. So you could say it is like a new dashboard for someone that manages an asset or even a fund, can really go deep into the structure, into the fee structure for each individual investor, and also the investor-based management, which is highly important, and nowadays something that just gets more and more important when we see more people issuing tokenized assets. But more relevant to our community as a user is that we've completely overhauled the onboarding. For every finance app or the onboarding is always something that feels lackluster and overwhelming, and it's just basically annoying, and we're trying to improve here constantly to make the experience to onboard and finally use the platform as simple as possible. And we rolled out the onboarding changes with a client last week, and so far we had great results, and we will continue to improve on those. And also lastly, we've started to integrate a completely new compliance framework. So a context here is basically for every type of asset and every country in Europe where we're operating, there are different compliance frameworks. And we are now working on a new integration that allows on one hand, a new type of asset and a new country to be supported for one specific client. More on that when that client is released. But it is one of the clients Alex talked about before. And these were the most important product updates. But as I said, every week is a new feature. And once the platform is fully live with the first live asset, you will be seeing this at fingertips or at the tip of your finger. And with that, Kai will share a lot more exciting updates from the dev team.
Thank you very much, Lucas. So yeah, as always, after a general product update from Lucas, we're diving a bit deeper into what's going on behind the curtains of the ONINO tokenization platform development team. And so yeah, just following up on what Lucas just already teasered, we have built a new asset manager dashboard for our tokenization platform. So yeah, just to go down a bit more deeper into this, we're currently working very closely with a client of ours who will be tokenizing a fund share. Yeah, our development team is actually on the call on a regular basis with him and working hand in hand to basically jointly discover and implement all of his requirements to his full satisfaction. That is, of course, a great learning for us as a development as well as product team in order to be able to standardize our tokenized fund share offerings in our tokenization platform as just one aspect that the platform supports next to, for example, tokenized credit or debt. So yeah, this is really great for us as a development team to be working so closely with the customer and directly implementing feedback almost live on the call to just basically build a product that suits the needs of our clients as well as possible. And also a little thing that hasn't been that visible, but it also has been going on behind the curtains, is that we have been working again with one player, our client that we have mentioned previously, who are now going to tackle their next official sale round with a sharpened and refined concept. And you can also check out their totally overhauled landing page and updated version of our tokenization engine in the background at sale.oneplayer.com. And yeah, have a look at the page and see if the token is interesting for you, and can maybe just explore what has been added in information depth since the last sale round that one player has offered. And with that, I think we can move on to the blockchain update part. All right. So, as we have mentioned before, just to give you a quick rundown, our valued infrastructure partner CADT is currently working on TradeVibe, which is an application that, in its first steps, will allow everyone to easily launch their own ONINO validator node with only a few clicks, no coding at all required. And with that, we together with CADT want to make participating in a network as an actual validator as accessible as possible. And yeah, as I mentioned already before, our value partner CADT has by now actually prepared a working demo for TradeVibe. So yeah, development has only started like a handful of months ago, and now we're actually in a stage where we have the first fully working demo up and running, and also a joint presentation together with CADT and ONINO will appear soon. Probably going to be hosted on X, but we will still figuring out the details right now. Definitely, we'll let you know, guys. Let you guys know first when and where exactly this joint presentation will take place, so you guys can actually be the first to get a glimpse on what has been built behind the curtains. Additional to that, also once we will start onboarding the first validator nodes via TradeVibe, we will also release a guide which allows people basically that have technical skills, so to say, a technical background, to also launch their own ONINO validator node by themselves without having to go the route via TradeVibe. That's basically just an offering for people who are not as tech savvy, but we're of course offering both on the one side, TradeVibe for people who just want to set up their node with a few clicks, fully no code, and also, of course, an official deep dive tech guide for tech savvy people who want to set up and run their node fully on their own. Then second, in preparation for all of the things to come, the ONINO upgrade will also undergo an upgrade actually, in order to enable the functionalities of hosting nodes one click and fully without coding. You basically have to adjust a few parameters, and we will still inform you guys about the short downtime period that will result from this. Shouldn't be too long, but we'll of course definitely inform you, so you guys not wondering in case there is some hiccups or some downtime for the chain while we're performing this upgrade. And yeah, as I also mentioned already in the first point, we will soon share a little form where you all can apply it for being a first ONINO validator, either via TradeVibe or via a self-hosted node. And we will soon then start to contact the first beta users to soon run and set up their own first ONINO mainnet node. And with that, I think we can go to the last point for today's update, which is a nice little recap. All right, sorry, my little was just lagging a bit. So yeah, we have also completed successfully the first developer cohort. Just a quick run on what that is. So our developer cohort program, you can think of that just like a little incubator, where we collect a selected group of developers from all over the world that are building amazing decentralized applications on the ONINO blockchain, in order for them to get some support basically on building their D app, and for us basically to be able to showcase what amazing things can be built on ONINO. And our first developer cohort program has now been completed successfully. We had in total 4 development teams from all over the world that have built amazing projects on our ONINO blockchain. So just want to give you a quick run on this. For example, we had a D app for verifying tokenized carbon credits, super interesting, especially with all of the ESG regulations coming up. We also have a decentralized rental solution, so basically an Airbnb competitor, but blockchain based. We also had a trustless car bidding marketplace, which basically tokenized entire vehicles and implemented an amazing Istro smart contract. And we also had another sustainability solution for tokenizing forestry with a dual token economics. So yeah, sounds already very interesting. And I'm very happy to announce that soon we will be sharing the recording of our final dev cohort presentation on our YouTube channel, so you guys can basically see with your own eyes the amazing work of the development teams from our cohort and see what has been built on ONINO by these amazing developers. Yeah, I'm super happy with how the developer cohort program went. Yeah, we will probably early next year start off with the second run of our developer cohort program, with hopefully even more developers, bigger prizes, and hopefully an even bigger impact than we already had with these amazing projects on ONINO mainnet. All right, and I think with that, we can call it a wrap for today. Thank you all very much for listening. Super nice to have you all on board. And yeah, I wish everyone celebrating a super nice and calm and peaceful Christmas time. Enjoy some time with your loved ones, and see you guys at latest next year.
Exactly. Also from my side, have a great Advent and Christmas season. See you next year. Have a good start of the year. And yeah, looking forward to many great things on the ONINO side for you as well. So all the best to you, your families, your loved ones, and have a great ONINO Christmas season.
Thank you too from my side. Look out for the announcement later on X for how you can take part in the ONINO Advent calendar. And look forward to Christmas Day if you are an OG, an early supporter of ONINO, because we will have something for you ready.